You're living this great life, you're doing everything you're supposed to do, but deep inside, when you look in the mirror at night, you know you are sad. And you are sad because your soul hurts, because you need God. You need God beside you. How are you doing life godlessly? Where's your guidance? This is why your soul's in pain. I refuse to believe in things that take power away from me. For the same reason, by extension, I guess you could also say I like to believe in things that give power to me. It's one of the reasons I was so drawn to God is because I understood it gave me power. I understood I was a more powerful, formidable man. I was a more competent and dangerous and diligent opponent, a more feared opponent, if I believed I had God on my side. Why would I adopt a mindset that makes me less competitive? I mean, I have plenty of enemies. People are out to get me. Why would I adopt a mindset that allowed me to be less competitive in the heat of battle? If you're going to go into a war, you want to be as competitive as possible physically and mentally. And you look at every war zone. You look at any war zone on earth, I guarantee the soldiers are religious. I bet they believe in God. If you got shot, you'd start praying. If you were on that submarine underneath the ocean, show me an atheist that wouldn't pray. Show me an atheist that wouldn't pray in that submarine. When shit gets hard, you need God.
People who are atheistic and go, God's stupid, you don't need God. They're not even smart enough to look at the big picture and realize without God, there's nothing. When 10 armed men turn up at your house, putting a gun to your head, you'll wish God was there. You'll be praying then, Mr. Atheist. And it could have been prevented in the first place if society was preserved, if there weren't atheists like you talking godlessly. Without God, there's nothing.
We need God more than ever. God is the only one who can fix this mess. We're going to need God to fix this mess. And what we need, once again, is for people to love each other and care about their community and care about their children and care about one another. And if that's not God, tell me what is. You can't replace God with anything else. You can't replace it with money. You can't replace it with government. Because it's only faith in God that's going to make you say, no, I believe in X. God wants me to tell the truth and stand up for what is right. Why are all the people in charge of the world trying to get rid of God? That's the only thing they fear. For anyone who also doesn't believe in God, if these religions are man-made, why do they go against the wills of men?
The final barrier to the slave programming is always going to be God. They're going to come along and convince us all that the sky is green. And it's unfortunate because slowly they're going to win. And the only barrier to this insanity is God, the book that says yes and no, simple. And now we're living in a society which is so brutally corrupt to the core. The best hope you have is to find a society where people are afraid of God. Only God is going to get to a point where it says, it doesn't matter how much you pay me, doesn't matter how you've psyoped me and indoctrinated me. I know that my holy book and the God I believe in says this is wrong, so I refuse to believe. Which is why they don't want to teach children about religion. Only God can save us now, my friend. Because we ain't got anything else. There's nothing else to believe in. If you believe in God, you're not going to worship your wife. You're going to respect your wife. You're not going to allow a woman to trounce all over you. Everybody worships something.
Yeah.
By talking about being an atheist, you think you're just showing the world how smart you are and that nothing's above you, but it's absolutely not the opposite. You're worshiping clicks, likes, money, some human. It's garbage. And I feel like Christianity's lost a lot of its presence in recent times, and that breaks my heart. Christianity's reached a point where it's mocked in Christian nations. That breaks my heart. I believe that if you have a religion where you just accept everything, then you believe in nothing. In life, there has to be a line that you won't let someone cross. And with God, there should be the same. And if God will really, truly forgive anything, and even Christians themselves won't ostracize you, is that too far? Is that too much freedom? Go to a Christian and say, is homosexuality allowed? They're going to say, well, people can make their own choices. God loves everyone. The Bible says no. Done. I'm not going to be part of a religion or adhere to a religion that doesn't have strict beliefs. So there's only Islam left. And that's why I reverted.
I also believe that God can be proud of you when you do your absolute best. And I don't think many people genuinely do their best in the world anymore.
Every time I've knuckled down and dedicated myself to something which was extremely difficult, I got paid. Every time I thought, this is easy, guaranteed, all the math adds up. No way this can go wrong. No work required. A little bit of money, a little bit of time, that's going to pay me. Never does. Never does. Isn't that interesting? It's like the universe, God, will only give you money the hard way.
Ask yourself, do you deserve millions of dollars? You know you don't deserve it, and God knows you don't deserve it. There's nothing worse than giving a person who's not ready for money. You know, I wasn't even rich till I was 27. And I think back and I thank God I wasn't rich when I was young. Because if I got rich before 27, I wouldn't be strong like I am now. And that's worth more than being rich. And I wouldn't have the lessons that I say to you on all these emergency meetings. And that's worth more than being rich.
I like all the lessons I had when I was poor, because I have the poor man's lessons and the rich man's money. So if God's decided you need some more of the poor man's lessons, then that is a blessing. The universe is telling you there are lessons you need to learn. It's never smiles and rainbows. You have to wake up, do the right thing even though you don't feel like doing it, dedicate yourself, grind out brutal, terrible, hard labor. And if you do it the way you're supposed to do it, the lessons you will learn along the way makes money worth having. The true wealth that you obtained from making money in the olden days were the lessons you learned as you made the money.
Someone said this to me. I think in school, you learn things and then you're given a test, but with God, you're given the test and then you learn things. And that's the way it works.
I believe that bad things happening to you are a fantastic thing. I believe you need to be strong enough to deal with them and then articulate them.
If something bad happens to you, but you know you tried your best and you were honest with yourself and honest with everyone else, then you get to go through life without regrets. If you operate with a pure heart, you can accept any of the outcomes. It is what it is.
If you're sitting here at home and you're sad, I'm a little bit jealous. I'm genuinely a little bit jealous. Bad things are supposed to happen to you, but you have to use them as fuel. You can't sit there and let the bad things happen to you and feel sorry for yourself, because nobody gives a shit. You got to take all that pain and turn it into something good. That's your responsibility as an adult, because that's the only thing that allows you to have absolute sovereignty and control of the situation.
Time solves all things. God solves all things. And to sit around and be obsessed with feelings is highly feminine. I don't like that energy around me. I think this obsession with feelings in general is, once again, purported by the Matrix, and they're trying to convince everybody that if you feel a certain way, it's okay to act a certain way, when truthfully, it's not. Like, you're not allowed to act on your anger or act, especially as a man. Women do this all the time. I had my period. So? You're an adult. You're not allowed to scream at people. You're an adult. Control yourself. If you can't control yourself because you feel a certain way, then you're not allowed an opinion on anything because you're still a fucking kid. I feel angry. I don't shoot anyone. I feel sad. I don't cry. It's the adult mentality. So feelings don't cross my mind, if that makes sense. They don't cross my mind because they don't affect my day.
So you got to keep this in mind. I'm tired of hearing guys message about how they feel. I don't feel motivated. I don't feel. Feel. Leave the feelings to the girls. That's what they do. We act. We're men of action. So the world got built. All the men who built the skyscrapers felt scared. They did it anyway. You need to become a man of action. Stop worrying about how you feel and start worrying about what you're supposed to be doing.
If I feel sad, it does not change how I act, and it does not change things I do. If I don't feel like going to the gym, I go to the gym. If I don't feel like working, I will still work. I lived in a world for 15 years where I didn't feel like fighting because my nose was broken, but I had to fight anyway. So a lot of these people come up to me and they say, oh, but I feel this way. I don't put a huge amount of importance on emotions. It's not that I don't feel them. It's that I don't think they have much to do with anything at all. If I wake up in a happy mood and I have a business to run, if I wake up in a sad mood, I have the same shit to do. I'm going to get it done. Where's the importance of it?
I don't like the whole motivational talk. How do I feel motivated to train? Because I'm never motivated to train. I hate training. But I do it every single day because otherwise I feel guilty. Because I have a standard for myself, which I must uphold. I don't feel like training. I just can't stand the fact that if I don't train, I'm not happy. And the only way I can find contentment and peace and serenity throughout the remainder of my day is to complete the thing I do not want to do, so that I can enjoy my day without guilt. Not because I feel like doing it.
Get rich, buckle down, ignore the noise. Lock in, focus, do important shit, ignore the noise. And make sure you're doing things that actually matter.
You gotta develop the skills. You've got to put yourself through the early disciplines. Disciplines work miracles. And here's the first piece that works miracles. Number one, do what you can. Don't let neglect stall you on your path toward prosperity and health, rich beyond wildest imagination. Don't neglect what you can do. If you can change, change. If you can take one step, take one step. I'm telling you, do not neglect to do whatever you can do, because it'll work miracles. If it's a foggy night and you can only see 100 feet, how can you see another 100 feet? Answer, walk the first 100 feet. Just do it as far as you can see it. And I promise you, if you'll execute as far as you can see it, you'll be able to see more. Do that, then you can see more.
That's why it's so important to take action in all things. Action solves all. It is a mindset. God rewards men who attack the world. You have to go and get things. You have to show that you deserve them. Oh, I need your help. Do you? I don't even see you trying. And that's how God views things. I haven't seen you do anything that warrants me giving you a second of my help. Even if you try and help normies, most of them are beyond help because they are self-sabotaging and lazy. I like people who sit and say, I don't know what to do, so I'm going to do something. I don't know what to do, but inaction in and of itself is an action. And men of honor do not allow the universe to decide for them. They decide their fate. You have a chance from God because you're breathing. You have a chance right now to get things done. My core principle is endless work, endless attack. That is how you win in the end. Perseverance is the key. It is very easy to accept an L when you've tried your best. Because I can say, I couldn't have tried any harder. I know I did my best. I can't try any harder. God knows more than me, and he decided that things have to be slightly different right now. That's fine. You never feel the bitter sting of regret. You never taste failure because you approached the scenario with absolute vigor, which means you haven't failed because you've learned something and become better at giving effort to things. So it's nearly impossible to fail in these scenarios. You guys will say it's never a failure, it's always a lesson when you didn't even try. That's wrong. That's a failure. But if you absolutely try your best, then it is a lesson and there are benefits. You're only going to be rewarded if you differentiate yourself from the crowd via effort. A lot of people don't know how to try anymore. You should feel genuinely worried about wasting a single second because you can't let the winners keep dunking on you. This is a huge, important period in your life when it comes to your success and your finances. If you're not going to try now, when are you going to try?
Do your best and let God do the rest. When you wake up every day and push beyond what feels possible, you are speaking a language heaven understands. You were not created to be passive. You were created to move, to build, to try, to fight. So give everything you've got in the season you're in. Not half effort, not desperate wishing, but relentless doing. Because God doesn't bless excuses. He blesses movement. He blesses obedience. He blesses grit. When your strength runs out, his begins. When your plan ends, his opens. Your job is not to control outcomes. Your job is to empty your tank, trying, pray like everything depends on God, but work like everything depends on you. Be a man or woman who fights in faith, not fear, who moves in certainty, not shame. Giants fall when a disciplined heart swings a stone. Oceans split when courage lifts the staff. Don't overthink the process that steals the obedience. Do your best now. Speak your truth now. Rebuild your habits now. Love harder. Listen deeper. Work cleaner. Show up earlier. Give God something to multiply. And after you've done all you could, after you've tried with shaking hands and tired bones, stand still and say, Lord, I trust you. Because miracles live in the space between your exhaustion and his glory. You don't need all the answers. You need dedication and a kneeled heart. When anxiety whispers, remember your peace is not in perfection, it is in assignment. Your best is enough soil for him to grow the rest. People want instant. But God builds sons and champions through process. Delay is not denial, it is development. So stop carrying the timeline like a burden and carry the task like a mission. Be faithful in the small push with force in the unseen. Heaven is keeping receipts. Angels are watching stamina. Eternity honors finishers. Do your best. God handles the rest. Your faith fills the gaps. Your discipline moves the hands. The world only sees trophies, but God sees late nights, patience, sweat, whispered prayers, broken cycles, healed mindsets, raised boundaries, obedience over emotion, consistency over hype. Do your best. Trust his timing, trust his covering, trust his reply. Because when you collide human effort with divine backing, average dies, doubt dies, stagnation dies, and victory becomes inevitable. Not because you were perfect, but because you were faithful. Now lift your head, strengthen your stance, do your best, let God handle the rest, and walk forward knowing the world will adjust when heaven endorses you.